shock from the suddenness of the loss, and as time goes on, hopefully we'll be able to appreciate more and understand more about my father's life, and we felt that this evening would be a good time to start with that. The head of our family, a husband, brother, father, father-in-law, uncle, grandfather, great-grandfather, was so suddenly taken away from us. His last days and illness, his levaya, all took place very far away in Eretz Yisrael. During the Shiva here, so many people came with memories and stories of how Marvin Herskowitz affected their lives. My sister and I knew that whatever our father had accomplished, it all started here, in Far Rockaway, in the White Shul, and with the special relationship that our father had with Rabbi Pelkowitz. The Gemara in Brachos Daf Vav mentions, Kol hakovea makom l'tfilaso, everyone who has a fixed place for his tefillah, for his prayers, Elokei Avraham be'ezro, he has the God of Abraham helping him. Ukishameis omrim lo v'yanov o chasid mitalmidav shel Avraham Avinu. And when he passes on, it's pointed out that this earned him the title of a Talmid of Avraham Avinu. For 58 years, my father's place was here in the White Shul. The past close to 50, right here in that seat to my right. The shul meant so much to him. He always looked forward coming to the shul. If he had a simcha in another shul, he would always daven here and then go afterwards to the simcha. He felt that his place was here, and he was just so comfortable here. Over the years, besides being a mispalel, he turned into the official kiddush man, the lollipop person, multifaceted as far as his connection with the shul, which just grew and grew and grew. We knew that there was no other suitable place to have this Azkara celebrating our father's remarkable life. Tonight we will hear glimpses of that life from his children to grandchildren and his rabbis. The Herskowitz and the Feiner Rusak family go back many decades. My father was zoche to partake of the Hachnasas Orchim of the Rusak family in Seattle, Washington, and my father and mother established a close friendship for many years with Joseph and Adina Rusak. It was with a special sense of nachas that my father witnessed the tremendous turnaround that came to the shul with Rabbi Eitan Feiner. Rabbi Feiner, together with his special Rebbitzin, were often in touch with both my father and my mother, giving them chizuk and friendship. I would like to introduce Rabbi Feiner and also thank him for his help and advice in making this evening possible, also for arranging his schedule. He is going to be giving a shiur in a little while in another part of the building, and I appreciate his helping us with this and participating in the Azkara as well. At this point, I would like to call upon Rabbi Feiner to say a few words.
Not very long ago, many of us were right here in this room. We had a Rosh Hashanah. And in Rosh Hashanah, we did not recite Hallel. To take you back to something I mentioned briefly in the context of the Shabbat Shuvah Drasha, we have a Gemara in Rosh Hashanah, Daf Lamed Beis, a Gemara in Erechon, Daf Yud. What happened to Hallel on Rosh Hashanah? The Malachi Asharis turned to the Ribbon Shalom and they said, Renei Mayin Yisrael Omrim Shira Rosh Hashanah v'Yom Kippurim, to which God responded, how can they fathom, how can they even begin to consider such a possibility? Sifrei Chaim, Sifrei Mesim, Sukum Lefanai, and you want to say Shira? The book of life, the book of death, are open before HaKadosh Baruch Hu, sitting on his throne, his majestic Kisei HaKavod, and you want to be so bold and brazen as to recite the Hallel. Where's the yira? Where's the pachad? Where's the ema? Asks the Chassam Sofer in his Torah Moshe, Parshas Nitzavim, asks the Yalkut of Yershuni, asks the Samarov and Divrei Yoel and so many others, why does the Gemara have to mention Sifrei Chaim and Sifrei Mesa? It's all about Sifrei Mesa. Who's going to be written in the book of death this year but Sifrei Chaim? If you're not in the Sefer of Mesa, then it's Mu'min Me'elav, then it's axiomatic that in Me'ela you're going to be in the Sefer Chaim. Right? We have two Sfarim, a Sefer Chaim and a Sefer HaMesim. Because there are two ways we can be nitzal, we can be saved and granted Yeshua in this awesome period called Yom Norah. It could be Sefer Chaim Machmas because of our own personal zechuyos, our own individual merits. Or Sefer HaMesim, we have no choice but to turn to our ancestors, to our predecessors, to the ones who have already left this world, and ask that their zechus come and contribute and assist in us attaining that cherished, that sought after Hatzalah. Sefer Chaim, Sefer HaMesim. One's own personal, individual zechuyos, and the zechuyos, the merits that we kilu yarshin from our dear parents, our grandparents. Bodil L'chaim Sandy, his wonderful mishpacha, and of his sister and her wonderful mishpacha, they went into this Rosh Hashanah not just with the Sefer HaChaim, not just with their own very special and manifold merits, they went in with the Sefer HaMesim, and they took in the myriad zechuyos of Moshe Yehuda ben Yosef. Look how they went into this Mechubadik Rosh Hashanah. Not only with the Sefer HaChaim, very thick, Sefer HaMesim, of what their wonderful father, Olav Shalom, had accumulated. The multifarious merits that he had amassed in the course of a very special lifetime. Very often, Marvin would come into my office, all interesting hours of the day. I say, "Oh, Rabbi, I see you're not busy right now." He catches me running out of the office for a split second. "Oh, you're not?" "No, Marvin, I'm never busy." "Oh, you're not busy? I just need 1 second of your time." 45 minutes later, I heard about all the yeshivas. He didn't want the fame. He didn't want the fortune. He didn't want the plaques on the walls. He says, "You know, Rabbi, I don't need people to know. I want to let you know. Because I think it's important that the Rav of the Shul, I think you have to know how much I love supporting yeshivas, how much not only did he send checks to, but even more important than simply signing a check, how much time, effort, and energy was expended in helping out the full gamut of yeshivas. So you think that he liked the Hester, Yeshivot Hester, and he was so very fond of Yeshivot Hester, and yet Chevron Yeshiva, how many years he put into supporting, into building a Chevron Yeshiva. Rosh Yeshivas from Chevron and all the yeshivas would come, and they'd come into the shul on a Friday night or Shabbos afternoon, and they'd daven next to me, and I'd say, "What are you doing?" "Oh, I have the schus. I'm sitting right in front of Marvin Herskowitz." "Do you know Rabbi about Marvin?" I said, "Well, I think I do. Let me tell you. And this Rosh Hashiva with the long beard, and this Rosh Hashiva without a beard, and this one with a black hat, and this one with the shtreimel, and this one with the kippah sugah." And Marvin helped them all, not just with his money, but with his time, energies, his focus, his talents, to build them up. And I would hear about it for a half hour, 45 minutes at a time. A machzik, ma'odei, Torah, unparalleled. And back in a time, he started when it wasn't the popular thing to do. And he was making it happen. In and he was helping build yeshivas from scratch. That was a Marvin Herskowitz, a Moshe Yehuda ben Yosef, all of us. But I don't know about his work that he did hands-on in Eretz Yisrael. Yes, I heard about it from others, of course from him as well, but I'd like to share with you briefly what I witnessed first time. He was a candy man. Now, it's a big compliment to be a candy man. I'll tell you, I was at a bris in Windermere a few months ago, and a bunch of kids started coming over to me in shul. I said, I don't know, I didn't recognize them as white shul kids, and I couldn't figure out why these kids are lining up by me. And the bris is over, and all these kids come, and they say, can I have a lollipop? And I said, excuse me? It was Mama so good for my ego. It was Catholic. I should have had this right before Rosh Hashanah. Aren't you the candy man? So it was the first time I was ever considered to be the candy man. And all these guys, it hurt me to break their hearts. But how many times would we watch a Shabbos, kid after child, lining up to get lollipops, to get candies? It was like Santa Simcha's traveling bag. There was an endless supply. They just keep coming. Where's Marvin keeping all these candies? And they just keep coming out of nowhere. So my wife, who has a better view than I do,